Chief Advisor's Office sends letter to Election Commission to take all preparations for holding national parliamentary election in February 2026 before Ramadan. Election Commission speeding up preparations for February polls scheduled to be announced 2 months ahead. CEC. Each on-duty officers in 47,000 voting centers would carry one body camera, says Home Affairs Advisor. Head of Mission of the Netherlands, Andre Kostens, calls on Chief Advisor Professor Mohamed Yunus, lauds his exemplary leadership after mass uprising. All imprisoned participants in July mass uprising would be treated as July warriors. Their stories to be preserved in July Museum, says law advisor. Fascism will never return if people's democratic rights are ensured. Anti-fascist forces must remain united to uphold national interests, says Tariq Rahman. NCP demands next election be held on basis of effective July Charter and July Declaration. ICT2 formally frames charges against 30 over murder of Shahid Abu Sayed. First hearing on August 27. At least 135 Palestinians, including 87 aid seekers, killed in Israeli attacks in last 24 hours. Netanyahu plans to occupy entire Gaza. And in Harare, Bangladesh beat South Africa by 5 wickets in Tri-Nation Under-19 one-day series. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Tulika Mulika Das, welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the highlights. Now let's move on to the details. Office of the Chief Advisor has sent a letter to the Election Commission to complete all preparations for organizing the national parliamentary elections before Ramadan in February 2026. The formalities of requesting the Election Commission from the government for organizing the elections have been completed through this letter. Chief Advisor's press wing said the Principal Secretary to the Chief Advisor M. Shirajuddin Mia requested the Senior Secretary of the Election Commission to take necessary measures for conducting a free, fair, peaceful and festive national election at the expected time mentioned in the letter sent to him. On August 5th, July mass uprising day, Chief Advisor Professor Mohamed Yunus mentioned in his speech to the nation that he would write a letter to the Election Commission to organize elections before Ramadan in February next year. In line with that, the Chief Advisor's office sent this letter. Mentioning the speech of Chief Advisor to the nation, the letter states that all preparations and institutional arrangements should start immediately in this regard. In the context of citizens not being able to vote in the last 15 years, the Chief Advisor emphasized in the letter to the need to make the upcoming elections memorable as a grand and joyous voting festival. It is mentioned that the Chief Advisor has expressed hope that the election will become unforgettable in terms of joy, peace, order, voter presence, harmony and sincerity. In addition to emphasizing the importance of using appropriate technology in organizing elections, the Election Commission was also informed of the government's commitment to providing full cooperation for a desired fair, free, peaceful and festive election. Chief Election Commissioner AMM Nasiruddin said that the Commission has already started preparations to hold the next parliamentary election in February. He said that the Election Commission wants to make the election as transparent and free as possible. During a press briefing held today at the Election Commission, he further mentioned that although no official letter has been received from the government, the Commission has already begun preparations for the election well in advance. The CEC said that despite various challenges, the Election Commission has started full-scale preparations for the polls. He also noted that the primary task of updating the voter list has already been completed. Addressing politicians, the CEC warned them not to attempt to win the election through unfair means. The Election Commission is committed to conducting a credible and participatory election, he stressed. He emphasized that creating a level playing field for political parties is the responsibility of the Election Commission. He also sought the cooperation of political leaders in this regard. Bringing voters to the polling centers and gaining their trust are now the major challenges, the CEC acknowledged. The CEC also mentioned that once the government sends an official letter, the election schedule will be announced approximately 2 months before the election date. Each of the 47,000 polling centers will be provided with a body camera to upgrade the overall law enforcement situation during the upcoming 13th parliamentary election. Home Advisor Lieutenant General retired Muhammad Jahangir Alam Chaudhry made this disclosure. The advisor further said that the body camera will be with the senior officials of the law enforcing agencies in charge of the polling centers. He informed this to the newsmen at the Secretariat this evening after a view exchange meeting of the law enforcement agencies on taking decision regarding their various work plans. The advisor further said that nearly 8 lakh law enforcement members, including police, Ansar, BGB, as well as army members, will be deployed across the country for the upcoming poll. Senior officials of the ministry, including Senior Home Secretary Nasimul Ghani and Chief Advisor Special Assistant on Home Affairs Ministry Muhammad Khuda Baksh Chaudhry, were present. Outgoing head of mission of the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Andre Carstens, paid a farewell call on Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at the State Guest House, Jamuna, today. During the meeting, Carstens commended Professor Yunus for his leadership over the past year, particularly in steering Bangladesh through a transitional period following the ousting of the previous regime. He highlighted Professor Yunus's efforts in fostering democratic reforms and national unity. Carstens also praised the recently unveiled July Declaration, describing it as a pivotal step in bridging the nation's historical context with the aspirations of the July mass uprising. He referred to the Chief Advisor's announcement of the election timeline as perfect, indicating it sets the country on a path towards general elections. The two leaders discussed the ongoing Rohingya crisis and the forthcoming international conference on the issue scheduled to be held in September. The conference aims to address the humanitarian aid political challenges faced by the Rohingya refugees. In a gesture of solidarity, Carstens presented Professor Yunus with lyrics that he wrote celebrating the spirit of the July Revolution led by Bangladesh Gen Z. The lyrics, which Carstens put to music, originally written by George Harrison for the song Bangladesh, recorded and accompanied by a video, was shared during the meeting. Specially envoyed to the Chief Advisor Lutfi Siddiqui and SDG Coordinator Lamia Murshid were also present during the meeting. Bangladesh National Party BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman today said no one is safe in a country without democracy and rule of law. In a virtual speech, BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman said the July 2024 uprising was a turning point in the country's history. The people must remain united to protect their rights and secure a better future, he said. Tariq Rahman was addressing a massive Victory Day rally in Dhaka to commemorate the first anniversary of the people's triumph over Awami fascism during last year's July mass uprising. Thousands of BNP activists, joined by leaders and supporters of its affiliated organizations, marched in processions and gathered at key venues in district towns. Metropolitan cities and Dhaka's Noyapolton, where the central rally was held in front of the party's headquarters. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, addressing the rally, in Dhaka said the victory achieved last year must now be cemented through a fair and inclusive election. Senior leaders including Dr. Abdul Moin Khan, Goishor Chandra Roy and Ruhul Kabir Rizvi echoed similar sentiments. The rally marking both grief and joy started from Noya Palton and ended in Shahbag via Matsho Bhavan. BNP has vowed to observe the anniversary every year as a symbol of public defiance and victory over repression. Welcoming the Chief Advisor's electoral declaration, BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said that the implementation of the pledges made by political parties will mark the beginning of transforming Bangladesh into a new democratic nation. He made these remarks during an official response to the Chief Advisor's July declaration and electoral manifesto at the BNP chairperson's office in Gulshan. Mirza Fakhrul stated that the entire nation believes that a prompt election is the only way to overcome the current political crisis. BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed was also present on the occasion. Akhtar Hussain, member secretary of the National Citizen Party NCP, has stated that the upcoming national parliamentary election must be held based on the effectiveness of the July Charter and the July Declaration. He made the remarks at a press briefing in the capital today. He also called for ensuring the neutrality of the field administration and establishing a level playing field before the election. Islami Andolan Bangladesh's Amir Said Rizaul Karim has said July Declaration is a historic incident which is an important milestone to build future Bangladesh. He made the remarks at a press conference in the capital today. The event was organized to express the party's stance and reaction over the July Declaration by the Chief Advisor and his address to the nation. International Crimes Tribunal has ordered the commencement of the trial by framing charges against 30 accused in the case of crimes against humanity over the killing of Begum Rokeya University student Abu Syed during the July uprising last year. The three-member tribunal, led by its chairman Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, passed the order today. Among the 30 accused in the Abu Syed murder case, 24 are absconding and 6 are under arrest. Earlier in the morning, the arrested accused former proctor of Begum Rokeya University, Shariful Islam, former police ASI Amir Hussain, Constable Sujan Chandra Roy, Rafiul Hassan Russell, Anwar Pervez and Chhatra League leader Imran Chaudhry were produced before the International Crimes Tribunal from prison. Meanwhile, the third-day testimony is underway at the International Crimes Tribunal against Sheikh Hasina, Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun in the July genocide case. The testimony is being heard in the three-member tribunal, one chaired by Justice Ghulam Murtuza Majumdar. Earlier in the morning, former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun was produced before the tribunal from prison. Law advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul has said the incidents of torture on the prisoners of July-August movement will be preserved at the July Mass Uprising Museum. The advisor said these at a program titled The Memories of July Prisoners, organized by Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Ministry in the capital today. He said that those who have been imprisoned, they are all July warriors. Their documentation will be kept at the July Mass Uprising Museum. The law advisor also informed about amending the prison regulations. Environment, Forest and Climate Change advisor Sayyida Rizwana Hassan attended the program as special guest. Speakers at the program demanded immediate withdrawal of the cases against the political prisoners. Various aspects of inhuman behavior on the prisoners during 2024 uprising were highlighted at the event. At the event, Jamaat-e-Islami Secretary General Mia Ghulam Parwar, NCP Member Secretary Akhtar Hussain, Gono Adhikar Porishad President Nurul Haq Noor and AB Party Chairman Mujibur Rahman Monju, as well as students and people from various walks of life who were imprisoned during the July mass uprising, shared their bitter experience of torture on them. Finance advisor Dr. Salahuddin Ahmed has said that the way money has been laundered from Bangladesh and the extent of looting in the banking sector is unprecedented in any other country in the world. He made these remarks this morning while inaugurating a tree plantation program at the Krishi Bank Staff College in the capital. Mentioning that the tree plantation initiative in over 1,000 branches of Krishi Bank should set as an example, the finance advisor highlighted the contribution of Krishi Bank to the country's agricultural revolution. He also mentioned that while other banks are facing financial irregularities, Krishi Bank is in a comparatively better position. At the event, Krishi Bank Chairman Zahid Hussain said that approximately 8% of the total loans disbursed by Krishi Bank are agricultural loans. In addition, in the last fiscal year, Krishi Bank ranked 4th among the banks that received the highest amount of remittances, he added. We now move on to the international news.